What if I told you that there's a way for you to start learning any language without having to put too much effort into it, where you don't have to study for hours actively every day or do your daily lessons on a language learning app, even on days when you don't feel motivated, but you still do it because you don't want to lose your streak? Well, here is my take on how to learn any language in a lazy way as a beginner, and I guarantee you it will be fun. But first, a small disclaimer. Learning a new language requires at least some effort. Even though there are people who just have the ability to learn a language more easily, and some languages are easier to learn than others, it still requires practice and repetition, especially if you want to be fluent in the language. But at least to get started, there are some techniques you can use where you do not have to sit at a desk for hours to learn grammar rules or use tons of flashcards to learn new vocabulary. And that's what we are going to discuss in this video. Who am I to tell you all of this? My name is Quentin, I'm 24 years old, and during these 24 years of my life, I learned 6 different languages and speak 5 of them fluently today. Alright, let's get started. My first tip might be very obvious, but it is so simple to do. Consume as much content as possible in the language you want to learn. And what better way to do this than watching YouTube videos? I mean, if you're watching this video, then you're already on the platform and you probably consume a lot of YouTube content. If you want to learn another language, just consume content in that language. And for that, just type in the search bar what you want to see and add the language in which you want to see it. And just click on an interesting looking video. So for example, let's say you want to see somebody playing Roblox. Just type in Roblox gameplay and add any language, for example Spanish or Espanol, and there you have it, tons of videos in Spanish. Another tip is to search for the best YouTubers in language X, for example best YouTubers in Italian. And here you can find videos of people who recommend other YouTubers for you to learn Italian. You don't have to watch all your videos in that language as it can become tiring, but the more content you consume, the better and the more you will learn. Tightly related to watching YouTube videos is watching movies and series in the language you are learning. There are different ways to do this, so let's go through them. Let's say you're learning Korean. You could start by picking a Korean series and watching it in English or whatever your native language is and add Korean subtitles. Or you do it the other way around. Watch it with the original audio and add English subtitles. That way you will get familiarized with the language, how it sounds, how people speak, the expressions, and so on. Things that you will usually not learn with a grammar book. Finally, you can put both the audio and the subtitles in Korean. That way you will have double input. Another approach is to watch bilingual or multilingual movies and series. There are many different ones, different genres, different languages, etc. One example I mention a lot is Narcos for English and Spanish, but there are many more, such as Unorthodox for English and Yiddish, Fauda for Hebrew and Arabic, The Americans for English and Russian, and many more. Just choose the one you like the most. And of course, you don't have to watch the show in the original language. You can watch all of your favorite movies and series in the language you are learning. One of my personal favorites is to listen to music in a foreign language. I listen to music all the time, and I'm sure that a lot of you do too. So why not use this opportunity to practice and develop your knowledge? Finding music in another language is really not a hard thing to do. Just look for songs in the music genres you're interested in and choose the songs you like. The cool thing about learning with music is that you have so many opportunities throughout the day to do it. If you only have 3 minutes, that's fine, that's one song. Or if you're driving for 5 hours, that's cool. Just use the opportunities you have and it will make a difference. You can choose what you want to listen to, when, how, and for how long. Another great advantage of learning through music is that it focuses on a specific learning way of learning through audio. Some people prefer this and it helps them memorize things easier instead of, let's say, visual learning. Switching things up can help you learn more and differently, and additionally changes your learning routine, which would get a bit boring or tiring sometimes. If you don't like learning and memorizing vocabulary, then this technique is for you. Instead of creating flashcards and going through them one after the other or using a flashcard app, make flashcards and distribute them all over your house. Yes, really, just create flashcards for everything there is in your house and stick them on that item. This might seem a bit silly, but it really works because every time you go somewhere, you unconsciously read the flashcard and associate it with the item. For example, if you go to a fridge or stand in front of the mirror, you will always see the word and this will help you memorize it without much effort. The only work you have to put in is to create the flashcards. Of course, this technique can then be further elaborated with more vocabulary or even sentences. Something I really like to do is look up memes and funny videos or stories in the language I'm learning. This has several advantages. First of all, this type of content is usually funny, and learning when having fun is one of the best ways to understand and remember something. Additionally, you will enjoy this learning process as you are having fun, and this will keep you motivated to consume more of this type of content, which in turn will benefit your learning. And finally, you will also get to know how the humor of this language works. I don't really know if what I'm saying is correct or makes any sense, but I hope that you get what I'm saying. You will get to know insider jokes and topics people talk about, which you would never learn in language school. And when the day comes when you'll be talking with native speakers, you'll have a great advantage as you'll be prepared. And here we are already at my last technique, which I recommend, and that is listening to children's songs. I know what you're thinking. I'm an adult, this doesn't apply to me. But it actually does. Children's songs are great for learning new vocabulary because they're easy to understand acoustically, they usually use easy vocabulary, and the melody of the songs is easy to memorize. So you will easily learn and remember many new words. I mean, children's songs is also how babies learn how to speak, so why shouldn't it work for you? Also, there are some really funny songs, so don't skip out on this opportunity to learn a new language. And that's already it for this video where I told you my 6 easy ways to learn any language in a lazy way. Now keep in mind that this will probably not be enough for you to learn a language fluently, but you can apply and use these techniques to start or improve your knowledge, or when you simply don't feel motivated to study a lot. These techniques can also work to freshen up your skills in a language you've learned a long time ago and didn't have the opportunity to practice a lot. I for sure do this myself. And with that, I will close this video and I will see you in the next one. As always, please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content, and give this video a like and share it with your friends. Let me know in the comments which technique you want to apply and what else could be helpful to learn a language lazily. See ya!